Hey there, folks. Let's do today's daily target on CSSBattle.dev. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. What are the shapes? What are the pieces? What are the parts? How do we put this all on the background? That's my first impulse. And so let's do it a piece at a time. Let's do the circles first, huh? Radial gradient, radial gradient. It's a little circle, and it's this pinkish color or whatever, transparent. 0, and it's small, 30 pixels, something like that, probably 30 pixel radius. I'm gonna put the purple on the deep background. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's do the at 40 pixels, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, and then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And like I've done before, I do that. Why do I do that? I do that because I would like to figure out what the repeat is. Okay, and so the width is... so if the width is 100 pixels, it doesn't appear. If it's 200, then it does appear. All right, so let's make it smaller. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4. So that's the width. Now I'm going to undo that and go click, and then so that's removing the at, and then I'm going to use positioning. 6. Okay, and then minus 20 pixels or something. How about 40? How about 50? All right, so that's part 1. Is this a good technique? I'm not sure yet. Conic gradient next. The conic gradient is next, and that is going to be transparent for 270 degrees width, or 75%. And then again, this little color. It's going to be narrow at 30 pixels, and then 60 pixels tall or something. Maybe 90. 90, and then maybe a little wider. Maybe it's 40 by 90. All right, now put that in position. 20. Okay, so I'm using background position to move this into place. 4, and then down. 50 pixels. 60, 70, 80, 60, 50, 60, 70, and then I guess it's actually at 100. But now, if I give it a width, then we get the repeat. And we need bigger. 2, 3, 4. That looks right, roughly. All right, is this good? Is this good yet? It might not be. So, why? Because now we got to do another gradients, and then we got to cover this repeat. So that argues for the nested template and putting all these same styles right there, and then doing the background of the body. And then on the body here, we're going to do a border bottom. Border bottom, 40 pixels, solid. And then that color. So that's kind of getting at it. All right, so let's alter our margins. 3, 4, 3, 30. And a little narrower, 70, 80, 90. Nope. Way too narrow. How about 20, 30, 32? Okay, so that's what we've got now. I think this vertical that we've got, we need it to be 0 now. And then this vertical, we also need to be 0. Wow, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna. So here's the unconventional thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set this to solid and then use margins to push this down 5. Because I don't have it right. Here we go. Now we're cooking. All right. Now we got to remove this background color and see where we stand. So that's what we got now. So again, our peculiar positioning here. Because we're reusing things that were meant for a 400 by 300 background, and now we got whatever this size is not the same thing at all. Okay, that is in the correct place. We love that. Okay, and then this positioning, I'm going to do just a single 0, 20, and then a negative. Maybe it's negative 20. Maybe it's negative 30. And those are the pieces. So this way, we don't have to do anything like an inset box shadow here or additional. Yeah, it's just too many things. Because of the way this repeats, you don't get 2 circles without getting them also here, right? There's just no way to do like a partial. Is there? Not really a way to do a partial in that instance. We could have done a repeating linear gradient for these, and that would be another approach that would be a little bit more forgiving on the body. Anyway, let's submit that and see if we're at 100%. We'll just see. Submitting to the back end, waiting for a result. Let's see, are there other changes that we could make here? Is it better if we do that and then, nah, I guess that's good. Minify unit replace and resubmit. Is there another way to do this? Probably. If I keep the conic gradient and create, so the other alternative is to create a little circle. Create a circle by doing so we remove the margins. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's my plan. I'll call my shot. I want to create a square that represents just one of these circles. I'm going to go ahead and put purple on the body. And then use the margins, which would be what, 200 here, 0 here. Push it down, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 70, 80, 90, 92, 20, 30, 20, 30, 32, 32, and then this height is 40, 50, 60. So that's a little square. Border radius, 50%. Box shadow, which is, box shadow is what? What's the box shadow? Oh, it's a 0. Oh no, it's like 100 pixels 0, or it's 140, right? Was that the width? That's the width that we got. There it is. And let's make another element. We do plunk. There it is. And then the second one, he doesn't have a box. What does he have? He doesn't have a border radius. Border radius unset. And really, 0 is fine. We can do that another way. And then let's use margins to put him into place. Margin. So these margins are this. Let's see what it looks like to flop these two. Sometimes we get, in symmetrical situations, we get something nice there, but in this case, no, not really. But we can use a negative margin here, 7, -60, and then move him even over more, 3. Oh, so this is the one we want to be like 332. Great. Okay. So this will make this less. So again, we're using margins to craft this element's width. 2, 3, 2, 2, 1. There it is. And then this height is different. Height 100. There it is. And we actually get that shadow. So it's the same distance. So we get that shadow for free, which is great. That means that we can also do, we can do a second one. We can set a color like so, and then let's do a second shadow at 280 pixels, 0. Oh, and look at that. Ha ha ha. Hilarious. So what do we need to do there? So yes, we get to reuse, but then we run into that problem of now I guess the way to approach that is that this then is a var of shadow or 0, 0, and then we add a --s of 280 pixels, 0, and that's a solution. It's a little weird solution. Let's variabilize more of this, because why not? Height is --h. Border radius is a var of --r. And then we can do a --r. Now I haven't forgotten about the fact that we are also missing the last bar here at the bottom. Right, like that's a thing that we need to do, and for that, oh, whoa, there it is, missing a semicolon. There it is. All right, let's go ahead and do the conic grading for that as the whatever the finale, let's call it. I was gonna try and speak French, and I shouldn't speak French. I do not speak French. 75%, 0, and then the at is at 200 pixels, 30 pixels, or 40. Probably approximating the same numbers that I did before. Badly, 40, 2. Alright. 19. Oh, look at that. That's kind of interesting. That I think it's. Is there a little line there? Feels like there's a little line there. That's interesting. Let's see if that's 100% match. We're getting a weird effect, I think, because of the conic gradient. Might not be 100% match. Nope, it is. But clearly, the rendering engine is saying, hey, that's a conic gradient, and this is not a solid number. If I do 75%, do I also see it? It's calling it 100%. It actually doesn't see it, and it's not detectable to my eye when I look on my screen. Maybe in the recording it's a little best, but it definitely looks like a flat thing. So this is another way to do it, right? Like, is it a great way to do it? I don't know. Isn't that up to you? Let's minify and unit replace and get the heck out of here. It's a fun exercise to do. Oh, and I've just submitted an error. 312.0.32. There it is. So let's submit that, because 90% match is not 100% match. Okay, there it is. We can shave off a few more characters, not a lot. I don't think any of these are going to be better in terms of score. They might be, maybe than the prior submission, the prior way I did it. this is a lot of, it's more elements, but it's a good exercise, and to see the commonalities between this rectangle and this circle. Potentially there would be a way to encompass this bar or some of this coloring as part of this. I'm not thinking of how I would do that at this point. Also, I think about, you know, if I created this element and then did different kinds of scaling techniques, if I undid the border radius and then, you know, stretched on those things, I might be able to get some of those same effects. But probably I would alter the box shadows if I did that too. So, that's all right. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care out there. It is a difficult time. You know, I'm a big fan of things like habeas corpus and the rule of law, and so it's a little bit of a tricky time. Be careful out there, okay? Be good to each other. All right, bye-bye. Go make a webpage.